Have you ever smoked a cigar and felt like you were going to puke, like really, really, really sick? I certainly have. I'm going to tell you a story about the worst it's ever been for me. Then I'm going to give you a couple of tips that I found for me that help kind of prevent or minimize that cigar sickness. I feel like this is something that people don't talk about enough. It actually happened to me the other day, which is kind of strange. I'm not new to cigars at all. I know the rules, but it can sneak up on anybody. So that's what kind of made me think, you know what, I need to get this video out there, and 'cause I know there's somebody else struggling with it. So let me tell you this story. I want to say it was around the COVID years. Like many people, I was like, I could use some more to do because you can't go anywhere, right? So picked up some cigars, had questions like many people that are new, and got into it. And there was one particular time, I think I jumped right into some really, really strong dark sticks. And I used to smoke fast, right? Because I didn't know any better. But there's one particular time I felt that first wave of nausea. Ooh, wee. Whew. So I talked to a buddy after I got through it, like, what did I do wrong? What's happening? And he gave me some pointers, and you kind of figure out what works for you over time. So let me tell you about this story. So here's the stage. I've been smoking for maybe about a year, year and a half. And it was a hot summer day like this one. We were back in Indiana at the time. And I don't think I had eaten much this day. So if you've ever been here, paint this picture. Hot and humid. I think I'd had a couple beers. And I was smoking I think it was a 7-inch Nicaraguan wrapper cigar. It was dark, real dark and oily. And my buddy's like, hey, you want to go out on my boat? So mix all those things together. It was a pontoon. It was a pretty calm day, but we get out there on this boat, and it's me and my wife, neighbor and his wife, just the four of us. And we're not too far. So there's two big lakes that connect. So we're not too far from his house. And all of a sudden it just hits me, and I'm like, whoa, stop the boat. They're like, what are you doing? I turn around and I looked at the other people, and the other wife goes, bro, your face is green. And I started sweating profusely. This all happened very quickly. And I just got into the cigar, just started, a couple minutes. And it was like the worst nausea I've ever experienced. It was awful. So I was like trying to throw up, and I couldn't, and I was super sweaty. And I was like, just drive. And I was trying to get like what cool air I could get in, the middle of summer in Indiana, so it wasn't cool at all, on my face. And I literally remember thinking, I'm going to pass out. I know I'm going to pass out. I felt horrible. And we kept going, and we went to the end of this lake. And right when I thought it was going to get as bad as it can get, I got over it. It's like I broke into a sweat. It's almost like getting over a fever. Right? So I broke into this really heavy sweat. I was like, oh my God, I'm back. I'm done with the cigar for the day. Like, I'm out. I'm not doing it again. I think I had maybe a couple more beers, and I was okay. But just the combination, strong cigar, hot, no food, alcohol, and a little bit of water from the boat, not something I would recommend. I have smoked in a boat since then in Miami, and I was fine. But it was a big boat, so you couldn't really feel it move. So anyway, what causes cigar sickness? I have no idea. I'm going to tell you my experience, what I think it is. I'll tell you some things, like I said, that helped me. If I'm going to smoke a cigar, if at all possible, I never do it on an empty stomach. Eat something, okay? If you are newer to the hobby, my recommendation is stick with lighter color cigars. All right, that's not always indicative of their strength. Lighter usually means not as powerful, but not always. So if you're with somebody else, get a mild cigar. If you're newer, start there. Some people don't like to go past the mild stuff, which is fine, but the strong stuff can be overwhelming. Other piece of advice, don't smoke too fast. Smoking too fast, I'm not sure the science behind it, but it can catch up with you that second or that third. You'll hit a point where you're like, uh-oh, I smoked too fast, because the nicotine rush is intense and you can get really sick. So keep those things in mind. I have buddies that'll keep like a peppermint or some Coke or something with sugar in it in case they start to feel it. And I've done that, and it seems to help as well. But for me, I'm always conscious of, except for now, I have no drink of any kind, but usually I have a drink. Usually I have food in my stomach. If I'm sticking with stuff I know, I kind of know what to expect as far as cigars I've had before. But if it's something new, when in doubt, go slow. If you go really fast, they call it hot boxing, and you'll know because the cigar ash head will cone, right? It'll make a cone, and that's a sign of it burning really hot. And the way that happens, it could happen two ways. One is smoking too fast. Two is in a moderate wind. Because I've been outside when it's really windy and it'll make the cigar burn faster. Again, just my experience. So cigar sickness is awful. I would equate it to having too much alcohol to drink and you need to throw up and you can't. If you've ever had that happen, it's like that. Usually with food poisoning, it's coming up whether you want it to or not. So that's the best way I can describe it. It's like an alcohol sickness. It's terrible. So it's meant to be an enjoyable hobby, right? It's meant to be fun. And if you're going to get sick or you get sick, it makes it not fun. I've been with guys who have thrown up, and I was watching them. The cigar was too dark. They were smoking extremely fast, and they were not experienced, and they argued with me on everything. I'll be fine. I watched them throw up. They went right back to it, watched them throw up again. By the third time they threw up, in about 10 minutes, they were like, I'm done. And they've never smoked with me again. So I actually saw that person recently. I said, you want to have a cigar? They're like, I'm good. So some things to think about. What do you guys think? Have you ever had a crazy story like that where you have got sick from a cigar? Let me know in the comments. Do you have any other tips that work well for you? The old tried and true. Let's get the conversation going. You may tell me something that I've never heard of or thought, and vice versa. Maybe you learned something in this video. If this is your first time here, I'd love for you to check out some of the other content we're putting out. I say we, it's me. Cigar stuff, smoked meats. Occasionally when I'm smoking meats or cigars, we'll talk about business a little bit. I've got a digital marketing company, but the channel is not going to be business talk all the time, just once in a while, right? So I want you here because we share hobbies in common. If you happen to be a business owner too, that's cool. If not, no worries. Yeah, subscribe, come back, check out some more. Appreciate you stopping by. If you're having a cigar right now, enjoy it. Take care.